Hello and welcome. My name is Saloni and I am a student at ADCET Ashta, which is located in Sangli. This lecture is guided by Mr. Kiran Babu. This lecture is on main rotor system of helicopters. So let's get started. What you are going to learn in this? Firstly, components in main rotor system. Types. Procedure to start the main rotor system. Failures occur due to main rotor system and the references which I used to make this video. Components of main rotor system. As you can see, my pointer, that is my mouse arrow, there on the image. This topmost big nut is known as Jesus nut or mast nut. As you can see close up to the nut here. This is the Jesus nut of Bell 222U. The Jesus nut is the bolt that holds all the parts of the main rotor system together. It got its name because if it were fail in the flight, the only thing left to do would be to pray to Jesus. Second, blade grip. Now you can able to see a Katia model of blade grip as it connects the blade to the hub. See here, it connects to the hub, that is the gearbox, and this side is attached with the rotor blade. Third, control rod from an upper swash plate has a connection point on the blade, making it possible to transfer movement of upper swash plate to the blade. The control rods are connected from the swash plate to the rotor blade through blade grip, and it is known as the pitch control stick. Next, rotor mast. This is the rotor mast which supports the rotor head of the helicopter. Fifth, swash plate. Now the heart of the main rotor system arrives, namely swash plate. As shown in figure, it includes an upper swash plate, that is moving part, lower swash plate, that is non-moving part, and the ball bearing inside it. As upper swash plate is moving part, it transfers moving information to the rotor blade. This is the main part used to transfer the information to the blade to change the direction or going forward, backward, upward or downward. Next, rotor blade. Rotor blade generates the aerodynamic force that supports the weight of the helicopter and the thrust that counteracts aerodynamic drag in forward flight. And together, this is the main rotor system. Types of main rotor system. There are three main types of rotor system, which are articulated, rigid, and semi-rigid. In these three types, there are three main effects, which are feathering, flapping, and hunting. Hunting is lead lag system. First, feathering. Cyclic feathering is the term used to describe the changing of the blade angle separately for individual blades through pilot input via cyclic. When one blade angle increases, another decreases. Although the rotor thrust remains the same, cyclic feathering creates different lift across the rotor disc. The pilot uses this differential lift to control the helicopter's altitude. Second, flapping. Flap back or blowback is the phenomena affecting the rotor of a helicopter as it overcomes dissymmetry of lift through flapping. In forward flight, rotor blades experience more lift as they rotate forward. Third, hunting, lead lag. Leading or lagging is the horizontal movement of the rotor blades forward and backward along a vertical hinge. Leading and lagging is a capability designed into a fully articulated rotor system to reduce the stress on the rotor system due to blade flapping. Now, the main types. First, articulated. Each blade has the freedom to flap and rotate individually. Blade lead lag mass shift inwards and blade have flexibility. Articulated rod has feathering, flapping and hunting effects. Rigid. Starting first few systems of the helicopter were made by using the rigid systems. These systems are simple and have a rigid mast. Blades are made by lightweight metal such as aluminum. Blades flap up and down and make a vibration. The rigid system has only feathering effect. Semi-rigid system. Semi-rigid system is also known as seesaw system. It contains only two blades. Each blade does not have the freedom to flap and rotate independently. To stop the vibration through flapping of the blades, this semi-rigid system was invented. The vibration of blades was absorbed by the hinge joint. The semi-rigid system contains feathering and flapping effect. The procedure as shown in the video, as you can see, the pilot moves the stick and changes the angle of attack. The lower control rods moves and transfers the information to the lower splash plate. That is non-moving part. Then it passes the information to upper splash plate by using ball bearings. It provides the info to upside control rods and then through the control rods to the rotor blades. Occurred due to parts of main rotor system. First, on 2nd February 1966, Flight 17, operated by a Sikorsky S-61 helicopter, which is registered as APAOC, crashed on a scheduled domestic flight in Faridapur Division, East Pakistan, after the main gearbox failed. Second, on 10th May 1974, S-61N PHNZC was crashed in the route to an oil rig in the North Sea, and the probable cause was a failure in one of the five rotor blades due to metal fatigue. Third, 23rd July 1982, Twilight Zone accident. A Bell UH-1 helicopter was crashed at Indian Dunes in California, and the cause was high temperature special effect explosion too near a low flying helicopter, leading to object damage to one rotor blade and delamination due to heat to the other rotor blades. And these are all the references which I used to make this video. And thank you for watching the full video.